That sound, players today sell it as a modern concept or probably sell you 100 licks trying to sound like that with all the fancy names. Here is the hard truth nobody tells you. Wes Montgomery played it in the 60s and he did not get it from the theory book. It came straight out of the voicings he was already holding. So, be honest. How many concepts have you collected this year so far? A new scale level, a new system, another course saved for later, and your solos still sound like last year. Every lesson hands you one more thing to learn. Here's what nobody tells you. The players you are chasing were not collecting. Wes held one structure and everything came out of it. My name is Junan Choi and I teach jazz guitar as an apprenticeship. The way this music was actually passed down, not from a textbook. I grew up in South Korea, no jazz scenes. Everything I know learned at Berklee College of Music from my mentor, Richie Hart. It started in his Wes Montgomery lab and the private lesson room. I came to this a total outsider, and that is exactly why I can teach it. I had to understand why it works, not just that it works. So you can stop collecting concepts and start play real music. Here's today. In about 10 minutes, one ballad. I've grown accustomed to her face, the one Wes made famous. One voicing and the line that lives inside it. Then I will show you why some of that advanced vocabulary you keep chasing was already sitting in that same structure 60 years ago. Tonight, on a tune you already play, you will trade which concept is here for a better question. What is already under my hands? And one more thing, I have built a full video taking this exact ballad apart end to end. This video is the ground floor of that one. I will connect you at the end. So, in the beginning of this video, I played a climax of the tune, that this part. Right? And the tune, the chord change is so consecutive 2-5. First 2-5 is minor 2-5, minor 7 flat 5 to the B7, and the second one is just regular 2-5. And the melody it goes it's just simple melody with simple chord progression. But on the guitar, how we can play beautifully to support that melody and play the right chord sound. The shell voicing down here can be played up there. So this shell voicing going to the up, there is a drop 2 voicings, and the melody goes. So he plays. That this is Wes Line voicing. This is what I want you to get it today. So normally we play this way with it has the natural 13 in it, then we have the Wes Line. The other direction goes, right? This becomes his 2-5 right? So G sharp minor 7 flat 5 goes to C sharp dominant 7. He moves over here, that his signature dominant chord shape with the melody on top. And then, yes, the dominant chord can play it as the diminished. That is, when we play the line, it can be so his voicing becomes his line. Although he does not play the solo in this tune, but the more and more I teach this tune to my student, I realize that how his line becomes from the chord structure. I could play some lines, improvised line, right off of these voicings. Right? I'm just going along with this voicing note. By the way, if you are having a hard time following where I'm playing, what chord voicings, what chord structures I'm talking about, then please check the link down below called Building Blocks. That is the shell voicings and Wes Line and the Django Line of a structure. I divided in 6-7 categories in everything in 2 hours of free lessons with 28 pages of PDF file. So I break down to what you need to know, what you need to see on the fretboard to apply these Wes Montgomery lines and how he was looking at the fingerboard. I break down and I offer you the free. So it will be much easier for you to follow the Wes Montgomery approach. And that is not all of it. The Wes Montgomery and the Kenny Burrell to the Peter Bernstein, they are also playing through what they were playing on the chords. I haven't seen many voicings that Wes plays it, but I can track that Kenny Burrell plays a lot, and the Peter Bernstein extended it to get his single line solo by using that exact same voicings that Kenny Burrell used. So Wes get it from his voicings to move around and make his own single line sound from the voicings, and everyone else doing the same thing. Instead of trying to learn the licks, trying to learn in modern way with fancy name, instead of that, they were following what jazz legends tried to do on the guitar fingerboard, and they tried to get it in their own way. Even I'm playing, and even if I'm playing the same tune as Wes did, and I can teach you the same way as Wes did, but the way I play the sounds might different, because the way I see it and the way I trying to get it, the sounds, the way I want it is totally different. And this is how I learned it from my teacher. He never want me to sound like Wes, and he never want me to sound like Richie. But my colleagues at the time, they told me that they see many influence from Richie. Yes, because I was sitting in the same room every week. I have to be influenced by what he's playing. But more time goes by, I try to get in my own room and try to figure it out from what I learned, and I finally get my own sound. So the reason for you to learn or even transcribe or to dig deep down, to dig it deeply to learn something is to get it your own way of sound. So what I want to tell you is this is how I get it, and this is how I practice it. This is still I am practicing it from melody to the structure and the way I want to sound like the tune. So please join my website and please contact me or ask me a question about how, and if you want to get your own voice on the guitar and in maybe in your jazz ensembles or jazz combo, yeah, hit me up and ask me, and I will help you to get you to the next level. If you want to see the whole structure of this tune, how Wes sees the fretboard through this entire ballad, the intro system, every voicing choice, why each line lives where it does, that is Jazz Icon Breakdown. I've grown accustomed to her face, the Wes Montgomery edition. An hour and 50 minutes. I will put the link down below. And I will tell you this. There's 1-2-5 pattern inside this tune, 2 chords, 1 note apart, that Wes repeats through the whole form. That pattern alone is half the reason I made the course. And if you want to watch me walk through the tune first, free, that is the next video on screen right now. It calls Nobody teaches this. Wes Montgomery played it in plain sight the whole time. Watch it next and subscribe so the rest of this series finds you well. Put the comment below the one advanced concept that never made it into your actual playing. I read them. Until next time, keep swinging.